Good evening and welcome to the Town of Rocky Hill Public Building Commission meeting of February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. First item is call to order, which is already done at 5:31. First item up. So John, is the approval of the draft minutes, is that done after the new chair and everything is done, or do we do that?
No, I think
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, so item up is the approval of the minutes from our January 10th meeting, which was included in your packet. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
The motion made. I have a second. Do we have any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? One abstention? All right, minutes are approved. Next item up is the appointment of our chair and vice chair for the upcoming term of 2 years. I forgot the process, but
Oh, well, it's just that it's a newly appointed committee, even though
Yes.
the same members on there.
yeah, so
Go through the formality of appointing a chairman.
yeah, it's good to see the majority of our committee back. We have a new member, Mr. Frank Morris, with us, who brings a ton of knowledge in the industry, and I look forward to working with him over the next couple of years. And other than that, everyone else is back and looking
what?
forward to it.
Yeah, I know what.
Yeah,
Anything in the horizon?
got the dream team. All right, cool. So,
Go talk to the school side.
Make a nomination for chairperson, Brian Addy.
I second it.
I have a nomination and a second. Any discussion? Discussion? Anyone else? No? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? My wife? No, just kidding. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I guess I'll make a motion to appoint Vice Chair Todd Marchand.
Second.
A second. Any discussion? Discussion? Discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? All right. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Back to the agenda. Public comment. Do we have anybody here for public comment? Don't believe we have anybody. Are we also virtual, by the way? Or no? We're 100% live. All right.
Just curious, who was the vice chair last time? Oh, what?
Todd as well, yeah. But my perfect attendance did not,
Yes.
did not give him the opportunity to take the lead.
Might have been one online.
Maybe I'll surprise you this year. Any public comment? Public comment. Seeing none, we'll move on to Community Senior Center Project. Discussion update with our owner's rep. David, welcome back.
Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Not a lot to go through. We're in the final stages. Just a brief financial status of where we are. So the overall project budget of $10.5 million, of which we've paid out just over $10.3 million. We have unpaid, I was just going through the unpaid column before the meeting of 62.1, and I do think that's a little overstated. I think I have like materials testing as a contract when it was really an hourly agreement. So I think that unpaid number is going to come down a little bit. But the column that is of probably worth talking about is in the planned but not contracted column, and if I could just take a minute, I'd like to go through wherever we have numbers in that column. So that is, it's not in a contract, but we were anticipating expenses, so it helps us forecast on the budget side of it. So the first planned but not contracted is in FF&E, furniture, fixtures, and equipment, for program-related equipment. If you recall, months ago, we identified some material, some equipment, some stuff that John and Phil were going to need, such as shelving in the pre-K areas. And there was a list of about $35,000 worth of stuff. And to my knowledge, I've only seen invoices for 11 of that. So that's why there is a $26,000 placeholder there, because I'm anticipating there's going to be other expenses coming in yet that just haven't hit the financials yet. But that's been there for months, so it's just, I just haven't seen the invoices yet. Let's see, the next one is in plan but not contracted, $1,000 in consultant reimbursables. When I rated the consultants reimbursables line item a few months ago, I just left $1,000 in there just for miscellaneous expenses in case somebody's coming in from out of town, travel or whatever, but pretty much that line item's done. The $51,000 for bond financing cost, Mona pointed out to me earlier today that has been paid, so that's going to go into the paid column, not in the plan but not contracted. It doesn't affect the bottom line at all. It's just a matter of where it is. And then the 12.8 in the contingency is the last 4 pages. Oh, the last 4 pages, there are a few $12,800 worth of items in the contingency line that have not yet been approved. And they are, I've been carrying a $3,500 for the gazebo electric forever. And that even predates me. And I haven't heard PAC mention it, so I think this week I'm going to talk to Paul and find out if that's coming, but as far as I'm concerned, that is a done deal. I mean, that has been on there forever, over a year.
No. No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when Paul, there was a little, that discussion period when we were talking about extended general conditions, and Paul got a little huffy about the restrooms and some of that extra work, and so we pulled that out. So apparently this was in that category too. I did not realize that, Phil.
Pathways are still out there though, aren't they? Are the pathways out there to get the power to the gazebo?
Yes.
So it's just a matter of running the power to the gazebo? In the pipe and terminating it and putting a plug or whatever there?
Just where we have the one guy
Yeah?
coming up. That's less than 10 feet away, right? Yeah, it's less than 10 feet away.
And then item 71 is, we talked about this a little bit last month, Tom, after the negotiation on the extended general conditions. What's still out there is the bond cost, reconciling the bond cost. I'm anticipating that's going to be in PAC's final pay rec. We'll get a change order for that. And that's what this amount is, the 7644, is anticipating those costs. Hold on, wrong way. And then fire alarm work, which just hasn't been invoiced yet. So all of those things added up are just under $13,000, $12,800. So we're literally right there. We've got a few more items that need to be just finished. And while we're on it, because Paul's not here, their pay rec leaves us a balance of $11,766.38 remaining in their contract, of which $10,000 of it is retainage, and the $1,700 was for hardware, I believe, a hardware line item, a change order that hasn't been. I think it was for those hardware. Yeah. So that's still outstanding.
Is the work that's outstanding they're not billing for is not complete?
No.
Is it, the hardware's been ordered, do you know
Yes.
of?
And the one thing that.
So are they going to complete the task, unlike the other
Yes.
few leftover items?
No, that's contracted for. We have a contract for that work.
Gotcha.
The other item that's a specific line item like that, but it was not a line item in their schedule of values, and actually that's why they missed it, was that overhead coiling door between the multipurpose rooms and the kitchen. That was a miss on PAC's part. They completely missed it. It was not in this pay rec, and that's part of what that $10,000.
Was it a change order?
No. No, they own it, but they didn't bid it. So that's why it's not a line item in their schedule of values.
What do you mean, they didn't bid it?
No, the work is in PAC's contract,
Right,
but they didn't buy it out. They missed it.
They missed it.
So
so it's
there's,
still not in.
no, it's ordered. It's been ordered forever, but it's just hasn't showed up yet. It's part of that discussion that we were having before the meeting. It's just,
Every time we ask, they say it's coming.
How receptive is PAC at this point to those discussions when you guys are having meetings with them?
Paul is, oh,
It's better now than it was when there was issues about paying and such.
they're fine, to answer
So
your
he is
question.
responsive.
Oh, yeah, he's responsive. He's just, I think he's already moved on to the next job, and
Oh, he's
it's,
definitely on another job.
yeah, like all of us.
Yeah.
And
Right.
just waiting for some of these last minute. I do anticipate the next pay app to be the final. I have to find out the lead time on that overhead door, but I don't see any reason why the next pay app could be final. And if the overhead door is going to be a ways out, we'll know that next month, and we'll have to figure out how we want to handle that. If we just want to, I mean, we could sit on $11,000 until the overhead door comes in, and when it's in, then you make your final payment.
Yeah.
It's probably what I would do. It's not a lot of money, but I don't know if I would put a value on the door itself. I mean, I'd be concerned that they wouldn't come back to do it, but they seem pretty good. So
I don't suspect they're going to be unresponsive to completing their contract.
Yeah.
I think they'll
No.
be fine as far as completing their contract,
The-
as long as we hold the money back,
yeah,
as long as it's sufficient enough that if we have to use, evaluation of cost escalation in case we had to go out and God forbid, they decide not to complete their contract.
no,
Get
I don't
money
see
and
that.
go get
Sal.
somebody else.
I don't
don't
see
either.
that. It's the relationship is good. They're
Yep.
responsive.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't talked to Paul or Zach since last year when I was, we
Yep.
finalized negotiating it, but I talk to PAC every day, so in regards to other, not Paul or Zach, but other project managers that I'm working with or
Yeah,
estimating department or
I
whatever.
fully anticipate when the door comes in that they'll install it. I don't have any reason to believe otherwise.
We'll just hold back enough money to cover ourselves, that's all that's about.
Dave, when are they gonna close out the bonding, you said? Is that gonna be all wrapped up with, everything else?
It'll be in the final, it'll be in the final reconciled cost. It'll be part of probably you're gonna get a change order right before the final pay app comes to address that, my guess. I will handle
So
it.
with everything accounted for, we're still 26,000 in the black.
Yes.
Good news.
And I'm not sure if all of that 25.8 has been spent or earmarked to be spent, but there could be something there, I don't know. But yes, there is a small $26,000 balance in the project. Yeah, so basically you're on budget.
That's good. Better to be there than the other side.
Do we have any further questions for David? Any questions? All right. Thank you, David.
Oh, I'm sorry, I do have one. Closeout. Are we 100% on the closeouts? You have your closeout docs, warranties, sign off on everything by the architectural team and? Okay.
Rocco, step up to the plate.
I would say 98% of the closeout documents are done and signed off by me. There were a couple holdouts that RZ had rejected or wanted redone. And those came in last week, so RZ was still reviewing those. So there's O&M on a water heater and some as-builts for the,
Yeah.
I think there was electrical and some mechanical stuff that they wanted them revised.
How about instructional of any kind? I mean, Phil, are you all set with any building controls or anything that you needed to get trained on, or your team? Okay. Only question I had.
So we're still running on a TCO, correct? Or do we get the final CO? Because there is outstanding code work, correct?
I think we got the CO.
You did
They
get the CO?
finished the railings, the
Lighting.
lights, and the bathrooms.
Okay.
Right, Phil? I think I
Is-
talked to,
All the
Mike.
metal siding in, all the metal panels? I think we're waiting on that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all done?
Then I have an update on the roller. He said it's shipping mid-March.
And was that a fire shutter, or was that just a
Yeah.
rolling door?
Yeah, so
Was the fire marshal okay with that not being installed?
yeah, I mean, it's essentially like one big space, so he was
Well, if they issued the CO, I guess it
getting
is.
the CO. So, yeah,
It did now.
Make it come.
I think he understood it was a COVID delay with the manufacturing.
Right.
You have anything to add to, anything from your end?
Not-
So we're 100% occupied on the building? Game rooms up and running? We're gonna shoot some pool after this, or what?
We had put together the pool table.
Oh. Cool.
They'll be open at the end of the month or March. End of this month or March, Phil? End of March.
Cool.
And the gift shop is being looked at. Thrift shop.
Room is open,
Room is open.
whether or not he's planning on filling it.
Phil, you're next on our agenda. If you have anything to add, if you'd like to step up to the mic?
Yeah, just, again, the ramp railing was done about 3 weeks ago. Lighting for the ramp is also completed. There was two by two LED EM fixtures for the activity rooms that the project owed us. That's also in. The original bathrooms completed the end of January. We opened up February 1st. Went well. So, and then with that, the combination of that and the railing and the lighting being, done, then we were given the CO and the whole building's open.
Did you find, did you find the crushed pipe, or was it not crushed and
No, the pipe was crushed.
it was crushed?
Yeah, 100%. What they did was we opened up the toilet walls per se,
Yeah,
and we rerouted piping towards the new line that feeds the new nurses' room.
yeah.
So it was a matter of just breaking up slab, maybe a 4 foot by 4 foot space for the men's and women's toilet, and then down below at the end of the ramp, maybe a 2 foot by 4 foot trench to pick up the sinks that were in the ladies' room. So damage was minimal. The ramp was closed down for 2 weeks, and it went well. Better than I expected, but
Yeah, good.
we're up and running.
Very good.
And we did it with our own contractors internally,
Yeah,
right?
we used Guardian.
But it didn't go through this project,
No.
is what I'm
No,
asking.
no.
Okay. Punch list, are you guys satisfied, is the facility satisfied with the punch list?
With building hardware components, like we're missing, they still owe us a lock for our set of double doors. That's been forever. It still has a construction lock on it, and we don't have a key to it. There's a bathroom, not a handicap bathroom, a unisex bathroom towards the arts and crafts area that when you can unlock to get in, but when you're in, you can't lock it to keep other people from opening it, so they still owe us that. We've been noticing settling cracks here and there, small, but it's still happening. So I was told to make a running list of all those type items, and then that they'll be coming back before the year end. and take care of it.
PAC's agreed to all this?
What's that?
PAC has agreed to this?
Yes. Well, with,
Well, they owe us a one-year warranty, so.
Right.
I haven't gotten any indication that they're sour. No, they should be dead.
the roll-up door issue, and I called Paul about, and, you know, he was responsive and cordial. He's working, he's trying to, his hands are tied, frustrated that it's taken forever for this thing to come in, so. But he's been working.
And some products are just, it's just tough. The
Yeah,
supply
it's-
chain
it's-
is,
it's in the
supply
supply.
chain, as small as you might think it might be, is
Yeah,
ridiculous right now.
yep. Understood.
Simple as getting meters for houses, you just can't get them.
The other, it's a warranty issue, but it's, it involves the hi-hats, the cans. We had two of them that fell to the ground since, the October opening,
The trim or the whole light,
trim.
okay?
So it's an LED trim, it's got, the ears to hold the retention, well, or they're taped on with adhesive tape. They're not riveted on. So, it was actually Rocco that spotted it. So with the heat of the can where this thing is attached to.
Yeah, well, yeah, LED will get warm.
So, the other drawback to that also is, there's a guide wire, I call it a guide wire, but it's got a crimp spade at the end that is supposed to attach to the can.
Yeah.
To the the LED
The trim,
portion.
right.
Yeah.
Was never installed?
Nothing. Yep, so, we have Pathway involved. They're gonna rivet the clips, okay? But while they were, while they were researching, trying to find out what was going on, you know how, you know, the, up in the ceiling, you have the trim plate? Okay, well, the rim is supposed to be, you know, flush with the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not, that retainer clip will also
grab.
not hold. And it's causing, you know, light splash through the rims, yeah. So,
So it wasn't installed properly.
it wasn't installed properly. So Deming is part of the fix.
Yeah.
With the, engineers and, sales reps of Pathways. They're coming in this Friday, after hours, second shift, 2 to whenever.
Has he been responsive?
I'm sorry?
Has Deming been responsive?
Yes. Little pulling, you know, but,
Yeah, Kevin could be tough.
yeah, but, he recognized,
Yeah.
The issues. So,
Again, none of this is any cost to the town, I hope.
No,
Okay.
better not be.
Better not be, right, but just making sure nobody's saying a yes to
Yeah.
them.
So, they, with the design that they came up with, should resolve all our issues, hopefully. That's all I got.
Okay.
Any questions for Phil? All right, thank you, Phil.
Is
Thank
the,
you.
I know we keep bringing it up, the commissioning, there was supposed to be a post-occupancy. Is that gonna happen in months, or is that happening soon? I thought it was maybe like 8-10 months typically.
It's usually close to a year.
But I think you're right. I think contractually.
So you just
they
gotta
owe
keep that on the,
On the back burner.
back burner, that they gotta do their, on them too, right? It's not a lot, but it's enough to get them.
Next item up is correspondence and communications. John, do you have anything for us?
No.
No?
Okay.
Next item, 6 on our agenda is bill payment recommendations. In your packet is an invoice from PAC. Go ahead and,
All right, I'll make a motion to approve PAC's invoice number 200-1719 in the amount of $237,713.84.
I have a motion made. Do I have a second?
Second, for the purpose of discussion,
All right. Any discussion?
yes. So, I didn't look at their invoice. Is this reduction of retainage?
It is.
Yeah.
And it leaves a balance of 11,000.
Right, I was aware of the 11,000, I just didn't know if this was.
$212,000 of retainage and change.
Okay.
Which I believe
Then they did
covers everything we discussed that they
$25,000
still
I
have
just wanted,
open.
I just wanted to find out what the, I didn't have a chance to scan. I mean, we did get it in time, I think we got it last week, I just didn't have a chance to, I was buried last week with bids.
A lot of snow?
There was a lot of snow yesterday up in Rhode Island. I came
Yeah.
back early just as it started, I didn't wanna have to drive through it, because I wanted to be home for the Super Bowl, but.
We have any other discussion?
I had the same question. Like you said, it said work to, this period was 25,000 and the bill was for 237, so I figured it was retainage.
Yeah.
It wasn't quoted in there anywhere that said
I
retainage.
mean, the fact that they've been responsive, they're
Yeah.
taking care of all the warranty items, et cetera, and again, just to be clear, for the public purposes, retainage is not to hold back for warranty issues, it's for,
Work uncompleted, yeah.
not for, I think everybody here at this table understands
Yeah.
that, but I think that needs to be clear that you don't use it like a warranty holdup, so.
All right, any further discussion? All right, I'm hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
You missed the roll call, Brian?
I do miss the roll call. It's nice to be back. All right, invoice is approved. And we are not quite yet adjourning because we are going to do a walkthrough, or how do you want to,
Well-
recess
I
or
thought that was pre,
No, it was post.
No, it's just a continuation of the meeting
okay.
Okay,
as a walkthrough, and then as soon as you guys finish the walkthrough, the meeting's adjourned.
okay. So do we call for a recess and then reconvene, or we just
We
keep
don't
going?
have to come back up here. We can just.
No, just,
Okay.
if you want to recess and if you want to
No,
get
no,
that
I
much
don't, I
detail
just
so
want to
that
make sure I'm,
the historians can review.
right. We'll continue with a
A half an
walkthrough.
hour to get from the council chamber?
We're good. All right.